Welcome everyone to this evening's presentation about improving educational outcomes for children in out-of-home care. This is particularly a call to action for state and federal governments. My name is Eleni and I work for a non-profit organisation called Helping Hands, and we partner with government in finding appropriate foster care for children in need. Tonight we have attendees from the local foster care community. However, this very short presentation has been prepared specifically for the Honourable Di Farmer, Member for Bulimba and Minister for Child Safety, and our local Members of Parliament, the Honourable Joe Kelly and the Honourable Terry Butler. Thank you all for coming. Now, a motto that most of us here, all of us here at Helping Hands live by is that we have the power to change children's lives. And we hope by the end of this presentation, you feel that way and have that desire also. So just a very quick overview of what we'll be talking about tonight. Firstly, we'll be looking at the background, where we are right now, what our children in out-of-home care are dealing with at the moment, the action needed to increase their learning potential, and this is where you come in, and that is number 3, a call for action, what we need to really get there to help these children. Now tonight we're particularly focusing on educational outcomes, and you might be wondering why. Well, out-of-home care children face many issues, psychological, trauma, behavioural, you name it. But however, we know that a good educational foundation, while it can't solve all of these kids' problems, studies undertaken by Knight and Rossi prove that improving educational outcomes for these children can have a profound impact on how they cope in later years. And that includes psychological, emotional, how they cope with life in general, but also their capacity to work and earn a living, which is why it's so important that we talk about this, because we know that improving educational outcomes has a ripple effect. It not only helps those children, it can actually improve the very fabric of our communities and societies across Australia. The effect is far-reaching. Now, firstly, I'd like to show you just a very quick video which I've prepared. It's 1 minute, and it just gives us a little bit of background. So the Department of Social Services has pledged to support these children to ensure that they reach their full educational potential. However, more is needed than simply placing children with carers and hoping that they and the schools take the responsibility of facilitating children's educational progress. Research by Milliner indicates that many carers do not have the time, skills, or the inclination to take responsibility for their children's schooling. The same study also found that educational staff in schools are lacking the resources to really make a difference for these children, which is why us here at Helping Hands have put together this program, which gives children a boost in their education. We work alongside foster carers and schools to promote a love of learning. And so far it has been undertaken by 433 out-of-home care children in Queensland. The program allows every out-of-home care child to access an individualised educational support plan, an educational liaison officer, and the books, resources and internet access that they need. And where possible, we make sure that children stay in their school of origin so that they can maintain relationships and friendships with peers and teachers, and that they are fostered with parents who have received special training in promoting literacy and numeracy skills, because robust research by Knight and Rossi indicate that these measures will increase educational outcomes for these children. And the program has had success. Nearly 90% of those that have undertaken it have improved their literacy and numeracy aptitude within the first 6 months of starting the program. But this is where you come in. We need your help. More funding is needed to implement and roll out the program for more out-of-home care children. We'd like to see it firstly across Queensland and then across the entire nation. Now, you may say, well, that is too expensive for us to do. However, research proves that in the long run, implementing the program will cost government less compared to what is currently being spent on out-of-home care children's truancy, drug addiction, psychological and emotional therapeutic interventions, and of course, the low employment and income outcomes for their futures. So in summary, we know that the program works. It has a proven track record. It's academically and practically proven to positively increase children's educational outcomes. We know that the cost is affordable. In the long run, it will cost a lot less than many of the programs that are currently dealing with the effects of low educational outcomes. And we are in agreement. We know that we all want to help these children and give them the best that we can, and we know that that's your aim as well. So we are confident that you will take the knowledge that you've gained today and speak about this program and the change it's making in children's lives at the next parliamentary meeting. So thank you. We will send you all the information you need to take this further. Thank you for listening.